I've been planning a trip to the western part of the United States, the southwestern part, the area of the Grand Canyon and southern Utah, some of the national parks in that area. So I've been planning this trip for some time, and there's a couple towns that I've been looking at in the southwestern part of the United States as possible places of relocation. One of the towns is a place called St. George in southern Utah. Beautiful looking place that's near mountains and has kind of a strategic location to be able to get to other beautiful places, national parks, Bryce National Park, the Grand Canyon, North Rim, and then of course a longer trek would be over onto the other side of Utah for Arches National Park and Canyonlands and that Moab area. So anyway, I've been looking at St. George as a possible place of relocation. I've actually scheduled to stay a night over there and a full day, and then leave the next day for the rest of my journey because I wanted to get a taste of that town. So I'm looking forward to that. Well, I was looking forward to that until I saw something last night. You know, I'm just sitting on the couch and I'm watching TV Saturday night, and yeah, for whatever reason, this particular YouTube video caught my attention. It had to do with areas where people have been impacted by radiation from nuclear testing. Yes, there was quite a lot of nuclear testing back in the 50s, the late 40s and the early 50s. For some time they were above ground, then they went to underground testing out in the deserts of Nevada. And there was like 890 some explosions that went off in Nevada over the course of the years. All of a sudden, as they're talking about all of this and the radiation and the fallout and things like that and how it potentially imperiled people, actually it had imperiled Native American people who lived in the area. Many of them have died from various cancers and diseases. And they also began to talk about a town in Utah called St. George. It turns out that as the nuclear tests were going on, as the bombs exploded, that the government purposely attempted to do so on days when the prevailing winds would be in a certain specific direction, so that they did not blow over to the heavily populated areas of California, but rather over some less populated areas of southern Utah. One of those being St. George. And as the video went on, it began revealing story after story, personal tragedy after personal tragedy of people dying in the St. George area from leukemias and various kinds of cancers. Children, people of all ages, have been dying through the years because of the radiation that had settled, that radiated dust, radioactive dust that had settled on the lands and in their towns. And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, whoa, I've been thinking about relocating there. I still have my reservations. I'm still going to go to St. George. I don't have much fear about a full day and a half of time spent there. I've already gone through northern Arizona, southern Utah before, a couple of years ago, on a Grand Circle tour to see the Grand Canyon, Zion National Park, Bryce Canyon, Arches National Park. So I've been in those areas, and it's one thing to visit. It's another thing to live there day after day, year after year. Anyway, that's one of my updates.